Hey girls, Tiffany Dawn here, and today I want to talk about this amazing email that I got from one of you girls. And you wrote in asking, like, there's this guy that I've been friends with for a while. I really appreciate his friendship and he's an awesome guy, but he asked what I would say if he asked me out. And she's like, I don't know what to say because like I don't see him that way and I just want to stay friends, but I also really don't want to hurt him. So how do I respond? And the thing is, like, in a situation like that, there's no way to totally and 100% avoid hurting somebody, because if someone puts their heart out like that and takes a risk like that, like, you are vulnerable. And if the person says no, even in the nicest way, there is going to be a little bit of disappointment or maybe a little bit of hurt. However, we can say no in those situations in a way that's really encouraging and life-giving, or we can say no in a way that just tears the person down, makes them feel really stupid for ever asking. And we don't want to do that. We don't want people to feel that way. So today I have 3 tips for you, 3 things that I would recommend that you include if a guy asks you out and you don't want to go out with him. Now, this might not completely apply if a guy is like asking you out over and over and he's like not a good guy and he's being real sketchy about it. I would give slightly different advice in that situation. Not that you ever want to be mean to someone, but you might need to be like real firm, like cut out the nice stuff and just be like, I'm not interested at some point. But this video specifically is like for really great guys that maybe you're even friends with who are asking you out. And here are 3 things that I would include in your response to them. So number 1 is let him know that you're honored that he asked. Like, wow, thank you so much for asking me. And just affirm, like, that takes a lot of courage to ask a girl that and like put yourself out like that. And just like, thank you for asking me and like having the courage to ask me. Tip number 2 is be honest and straightforward. I think a lot of times we feel bad being honest and straightforward as women, but it's really important. Like, guys usually seem to take things at face value. And so if you say like, oh, I don't really see anything right now with you, to them, that usually will mean like, oh, so not right now, but maybe in a few months I'll ask her again. And then you're like leading them on with this hope that doesn't exist in your mind, but you were just trying to be too nice. So you really need to be honest and straightforward. And for a guy, from what I understand, that's actually the nicer thing to do, to be honest. So like, wow, thank you so much for asking me. I really just see you as a friend. Say what you mean and mean what you say. And then number 3, let him know what you like about him. Like, just affirm him that he really is a great guy, that you're not saying no because he's a terrible person. Unless, of course, he is a terrible person, then you can leave this part out. But I think for most guys who ask us out, there's like qualities that you probably really like about him, or you really enjoy his friendship. And just kind of let him know 1 or 2 of those things. You could just say like, there's a lot of things I really admire about you. Just even something as simple as that, so that he doesn't leave thinking like, what's wrong with me, which is easy to think when you've been rejected. So to string all those things together, there's different ways that you could say it and you want it to feel like it's coming from you and genuine to you. But like an example would just be, wow, thank you so much for asking me. Like, I know that takes a lot of courage and I just really appreciate that. Honestly, I just see us as friends and not more than that. Like, I think you're an awesome guy and there's so many things I admire about you, but I don't feel that way about you, and I would love to just stay friends. Plain and simple, you're honoring him, thanking him, you're affirming him, and you're being honest and straightforward about exactly how you feel. And you know, afterwards, it might feel awkward for a little bit. That's normal. That happens anytime somebody feels rejected at all. Like, there could be a little bit of awkwardness, but as time passes, you'll find that you can feel more normal around him, he can feel more normal around you because you handled it in a really good way. And girls, if you're the one who's felt like you've been rejected a lot, I know I've definitely been there. I have a video all about how do you deal with rejection, which is linked down below that you should totally check out. So I love you girls, and I'll see you on Tuesday for our 30-week of pregnancy update. Bye.